discussing hard truths and finding remedies for our problems. On this platform, we will stay engaged on all happenings in Mama Liberia, not limited to politics, religion, development, economy, security, crimes, war on illegal drugs, employment, youth, growth, and food production. Today's discussion was centered around President Joseph Nyiman Boakai speech prior to being standard bearer for Unity Party, speech on how he gonna fight illegal drugs in Liberia, and his speech now. And also we're gonna be discussing what are some remedies we can use to fight illegal drugs in Liberia. On the panel today to discuss with me, I have Mr. Lawrence Nangwe, Sergeant Leo Montgomery, Dr. Ajiba B. Wallow, and I have with me Edwin Sayi Paul. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
All right, so with introduction, we're gonna go from Sergeant Leo Montgomery first, and then we're gonna go that way. Dr. Wallow, Brother Lawrence, and Edwin Sayi Paul.
Well, let me say thanks to you for having me again Sunday. Let me say good evening, good morning, depending on where our listening audience are watching from. Happy Sunday. Uh, Again, like I said, welcome to the podcast of Action Required Media. I just want to help the CEO those ask that you please share and like our show for us if you are on YouTube. By the way, Facebook, please share the show. But it's good to be here again. Given the opportunity and the platform to talk about Mama Liberia. I'm looking forward to having a good, engaging conversation with my fellow panelists. So, thanks, CEO.
Thank you. Dr. Wallow.
Okay. Um, Hello, everybody. Um, Happy last Sunday. I hope you had a great time at church if you go to church. But it's good to be here, and I'm looking forward to having a great conversation about our country and happenings in our country, and also to be able to recommend things that we can do together as Liberians, not just the government, but every one of us as citizens of that country. What we can do together to make things better in our country. So I'm looking forward to a spirited engagement with um, my peers, and we look forward hearing from you, your comments, for us to make our platform better. Thank you. I look forward to the discussion.
Thank you. All right,
All
Brother
right.
Lawrence.
Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. This is Lawrence Dangbe, a panelist on this program, and will be an exciting topic today. We are discussing the proliferation of drugs in Liberia, what we can do as a nation and a people to be able to take hold of our country because the drugs is really getting hold of the young people. So I think if we have a fruitful discussion, there will be key things that are going to be put out today, and we hope our country will learn a little bit, and we will see our young people coming out of this drugs. If it's not helping the nation, it's just destroying the future of our people. So I will be glad today to add my 1 cent to the topic. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Lawrence. Mr. Paul.
Thank you so much, everyone. Panelists. It's always a good thing to discuss the our future as a country and try to import impact and possibly affect some decisions that are ongoing in our country. I'm looking forward to the discussions, especially for what we've been discussing for the past couple of weeks as it relates to the drugs. I'm looking forward to hear everybody's opinions. Thank you.
All right, thank you, guys, gentlemen. I appreciate your time. You know, you have to take off on your busy time to be here today, so we can discuss this important issue that is affecting Mama Liberia as a whole. So before we commence, I would like to play a video that we're gonna watch Jose Yimon Boakai, when he was the standard bearer of Unity Party, his speech he gave prior to becoming president of the president of the, the Republic of Liberia. Um, before we go through this, right? I just want to say something real quick. We I think we should grab the grab root uh, for Liberia illegal drugs in a country that is so high. So the thing we need to understand, why are we seeing high drugs used in Liberia? I know that I was looking at some research, and it did mention that during our civil war, we had a use of drugs in Liberia, and we didn't go through rehabilitation, and also unemployment, poverty can all cause they're all causing Liberia illegal drugs to be high in that country. So before we play the video, do you guys just want to chip in anything? Why you think we're seeing high rise in substance use in Liberia? Anybody?
Yeah, let me come in here. First of all, again, thank you guys. Look, let me tell you, CEO. You see, campaign talk is different from executing. You know, campaign time, people will come up and talk and accuse, but when you are there to execute what you promise the people, it becomes a hard thing. Because even before you play that video, CEO, I remember vividly the sitting president now. Everything wrong about drugs during the Weah-led administration, he was calling it out. And it were as if when he gets there on day one, he will hit the ball running on this issue of drug. But to be going on to his second year, and the drug issue in Liberia now has surpassed that which of the led government. So it's like, I don't know, again, like I said last week, if you want to know a certain government where his interest lies, you can tell from his budget what's allocated to the fight of drug. We don't see anything. And this pandemic, mama, is like I said, it's not even being treated as a nationwide emergency anymore. The president flies around, run around, and we barely see him taking action. Maybe I'm not seeing it. But when we are looking at the current news, the daily happenings, the news that's coming from Liberia, the massive death that's occurring on a daily, hourly basis. I don't know where's our president. I haven't seen him spoke. I've not said anything. You know, like I said, it's easy to run campaign and talk, but to execute it, at this point, going on 2 years, I'm disappointed. But you know, it is what it is. Our people are gullible to some extent. When the people come and say, "Oh, vote for me and I'll do this for you," again, what do you expect? You know, for a sitting president who has been in government for almost 50 some more years to be at this stage. And lastly, before I go here, CEO and my fellow panelists here, it is so bad now that the actors, the players of the import of drugs are people within the government. Are people within the government. And so how can you fight it? You know, the LDA, we are running on the third different leader now. Because all of the first guys, it was either an infight, but this last guy now, his daughter is being involved in everything. But let me give my fellow panelists the chance to chime in on what's going on. Thank you, CEO.
Dr. Waller?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Bro Joe and Pastor Kuman as well. Um, the reason people use illicit drugs might vary from person to person. It could be for so many reasons. It could be a biological reason. It could be psychological. It could be you know social reason. It could be someone just seeking pleasure, or someone trying to cope with pain they are going through. It could be, as a result of environmental reasons, like, peer pressure, someone to fit in. It could be for so many reasons. But as it relates to our country, Brother Joe and my colleagues, We had a civil war that caused a lot of psychological issues that have not been dealt with, right? Brother Joe, you mentioned, poverty. You mentioned, lack of employment. The employment rate is high. Young people don't have anything to do, so they are just, they are vulnerable to a lot of negative devices. All of those things can play into the reasons people, use drugs, most especially young people when they don't have anything to do. They are easily tempted to, to turn to other things. But what I would emphasize, because myself, coming from Liberia, being a Liberian, one of the things I would emphasize is that the psychological pain, the emotional pain that our people go through, the only way young people can cope with, with those kind of things is for them to turn to drugs. People are going through emotional and psychological issues in our country. The entire country. Look, when you look at Liberia and you look at our population, you can see and feel trauma in our country. The entire country is traumatized from the war, and we have not taken intentional steps for us to address the issue of, psychological symptoms that because a lot of people don't know what it is. Sometimes they refer to it as, someone wishing them, or something else. But the psychological scar that we have had from the war, it cannot be overemphasized. People are turning to drugs because they are trying to hide their psychological and emotional pain. And I think we have to be serious about addressing those things, or else, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Waller. Brother Lawrence.
Roger, you're very low on my end here.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was trying to get into the mic. Brother Lawrence.
All right. Thank you so much. I would like to also go to the causes and the effects of drugs in the illegal drugs in Liberian society. First and foremost, illicit drugs trafficking destroys the communities, fuel violence, and we're seeing that a lot in Liberia right now. It steals the future of the young people. It is not just a crime, but a chain that enslaves the society. So, what I can say to our government is to declare a state of emergency on drugs. And by doing that, those that already have drugs in the country, if the government can arrest you and prosecute you, and you are found guilty, you should be sentenced to life imprisonment. For those who are trying to bring additional drugs into the country, they should empower the army along with the DEA to go to the various borders and make it like a death squad. If you are caught with drugs, they put you on a death squad. That way, we try maybe bring some changes in a short run, because if we keep going through the process of arrest, prosecute, the next day they are on the street, hiding some, even if a security personnel is is having something to do with the cartel, they should also be treated like the cartel. That way, it will be able, the fight will be holistic. So all the bureaucracy in government where we have to do things this way, we have to do it this the other way. Liberia is a small country that is highly illiterate and highly very impoverished. So for us to be able to go through this the way the West can go about cases and think we're going to eliminate drugs, it's going to be difficult. We have to take a radical approach to this. And if we do that, I see, short run for us to have a 360 turn. But if we try to go through the system in the West, it would take a very long time, and the future we try to create for our children tomorrow, that future will not be there anymore. I rest my case on this one.
Thank you, Brother Lawrence. I like your approach. Uh, Edwin.
Yes. I have been stressing reset in our country, reset from the top down. We need thinkers. We need at least 10 thinkers, right? The reason we're discussing the drug issue right now, obviously, there's everywhere you don't have any economic situation going on is a breeding ground for anything. It could be stealing, carjacking. It could be people killing you, robbing you from the bank. Right now, the only other effect is drugs because lack of economy leads to poverty. So it's not surprising at all. The drug issue is magnified because it's so dramatic, because we can see it with our eyes, we can see the effect of people. So we are magnifying the drug situation right now. What is in the background and the backdrop of everything is young girls that are going to hospitals every day, and the hospital has no lights. They can stay over there for hours before they're being attended to. We have cholera, malaria, all these issues has not been eradicated. These are things that are ongoing, but because they're not so dramatized like the drug situation, so we're magnifying the drug situation right now. So Liberia, we just need thinkers. We need people that can think, that have a vision beyond 5 years, that want to affect changes. Obviously the entire country is traumatized. We have a lot of psychological issues, but we need people with solutions, at least that have a drawing board, that things they want to affect, even during that term, or things that will put on board, and anybody that comes after them to go, go behind them and complete it if they don't complete it.
All right.
But the drug thing is so sad. It is sad, but we're screaming about it over here. But it doesn't seem to be that much of an issue to the people that are running the country. I don't think it's on their priority list. I really don't think, we're talking about it, so they got to do something. It's all politics. It's all about people seeing what they can do.
Thank you. All right. So at this time, I would just go ahead and play this video, and we're just gonna watch, listen to our
CEO, you are a
president.
little low though. I
Yeah.
don't know if
So
you're not close to the mic.
yeah, I was, because I'm touching on the screen. So yeah. Um. So we're gonna play this video. We're gonna watch it together, and then we're gonna analyze it, and then we're gonna discuss some major things he said in here, and then we can criticize, or maybe give some meaningful contribution towards his speech. Okay, so let's listen to this, guys. And the video, it was kind of sticking to sometimes. It sticks sometimes.
I don't know if it's on, but we're not hearing it.
Uh, hold on 1 second, guys. Let me see.
It's
I just
on,
from my
but
point, I'm not hearing it.
it takes a long time before he speaks.
Yeah, gain chance.
It's
I old man we're talking about here, gain chance.
Oh, okay.
yeah, it takes a long time before he speaks.
Boakia.
He's talking now. Oh, hold
By
on 1 second, guys.
Yeah,
working
he's
with
speaking
Sorry.
now.
Yeah, he's speaking, but
unsuspecting victims,
it's
Hold on
not
a second.
low.
on an issue so grave and close to my heart and to the hearts of many parents, it is the issue of what I refer to as drug epidemic in Nigeria. This tragedy, by working with unsuspecting
Yeah, it's very low
victims
on my end here. I
who
can
have
barely
become
hear.
Is low on your end?
dependent on these substances. I would personally like to thank Reverend of the Metro Harvest Church and New Connect Iberia. The online influencer is just updated to a national. The statistic it is estimated that 2 in 10 youth in Liberia are users of narcotic substances. Some estimate that about 13% of the young people have lived in so-called ghettos strewn across the country, in cemeteries, on the streets, several places often resort to crimes, including armed robberies. These crimes and their infected victims and those who commit them are heartbreaking because we know they are motivated and associated with illicit activities, including launching pads for drug-related crimes. Nationwide, everyone living in urban areas knows the location of at least one ghetto. In most communities of shoes strung over power lines, signifying that a ghetto is nearby. Drug abuse and subsequent addiction is a scourge with a jury. This is the main crimes we put both the users and society in peril. These young people are stigmatized and face harsh societal isolation. And at this rate, the country's potential of school dropouts among young users. Our country is gradually losing this next generation of drug abuse, and if practical actions are not taken urgently, the prospect of future generations inheriting a more complex and challenging national situation looms large. The country stands to face a possible future shamefully appearing now as a narco state.
I caught my stepson spying on me in the shower. At
Oh,
the same
sorry, guys. It's YouTube video,
time that my
so
husband used this
they
trick to get
have
hard, I discovered something crazy with a
they have ads on this
The
video, so
country's weak law enforcement capacity, porous borders, and the proximity to major drug transit routes help to contribute to the trafficking through Liberia. The recent seizure of enterprises significantly it reveals the failure of national leadership, a weak and criminal justice system, and crucially raises suspicion. Clearly, it is now obvious that the Weir administration is incapable, unwilling, complicit to this crisis. They are anxious to bring hope to the young victims of this epidemic, relieve hurting families. This means looking at the crisis and determining the extent to which the future
Right, you don't have to listen to the entire thing.
okay.
Yeah, Joe.
All right, we'll just stop right here.
social services delivery.
All right, gentlemen. Um, so my take from here, right, is the way he was criticizing the we are government about the drugs issue that was on rampage in this country. Now he called the government, I think, irresponsible and called their names. But now it's on his term now, on his watch. Is he looking at himself to be the same critics he used to be against Georgia government? Now, um, honestly speaking, I think comparing we are government to his government with use of drugs, I think his term is worse than George Weah term. At that time, he made it political instead of being a nation fight against a major epidemic. But this, I'll just have you guys chip in, and then we'll go from there. What you guys intake on that?
Let me jump in here. Look, I wasn't getting it. It wasn't audible enough to me, but I will
Yeah.
just feed off of what you just said. Look, from that tape, again, I know Joseph Boakia is a good campaigner, And like I said earlier in my opening statement, I say it's easy to talk. It's easy to run campaign ads, but now you are in the driver's seat. You understand what I'm saying? To sit there and condemn George Weah those days, it's good. It's good. You're promising the people a change. This is the rescue mission. This guy sat there and said, look, you know what happened? George Weah is importing drugs into the country. And if you give me this first 30 days or the first 100 days, this is what I'm going to do. The first 100 days came and passed. CEO, let's be serious here. I don't see Joseph Boakia, President Boakia, fighting this thing. I don't see it. It's not even being treated as an emergency. I'm talking about nationwide emergency. It's not being treated as such. So what that tells me is, you know, maybe he's actually concerned, but he just don't know what to do. He just don't know what to do. So, for me, what I think at this point now, I think we need to employ the services of foreign experts that will come, because look, the LDA in Liberia, they are all compromised. We are on the third LDA directors fired, suspended. You understand? So who else are we going to bring? Yeah, somebody suggested, the AFL. That's true. But a lot of these guys, when it comes to this now, everyone is almost compromised. And I was laughing when my brother Lawrence were talking, because two shows ago, or last show, we were talking about the stringent measure that you need to take.
Yes.
Put these guys on firing squad. And it's as if when he came, I just re-echo what we said. And people thought we were being too harsh. But sometimes it's just a harsh, set an example. It will serve as a deterrent to the rest of the guys. So, let me leave it here. Just a Boakia promised the people, but now you're there. You can't execute. Words are cheap. It's easy to talk, but do it. But let me give the other guys a chance, man.
All right. Thank you, Pastor. Where do you want to go?
So if you want to put people on firing squad for drug related issues, talk to your lawmaker, let them pass it into law. We can be asking for Liberia to be a country of law, and then we want to do things outside of the law. There is no law that says you can put people on firing squad when they are caught with drugs. If that's what you want, then pass it into law. Let it be reflected, you know,
Martial law.
in the laws of the country. That's all I'm saying. But to come back to the video, look, Joe, gentlemen, this is a joke, right? As I listened to President Buck, two questions came to mind. The first one is, when will the rescue start, or has it started? When will we start rescuing the country? You know, because there's supposed to be a rescue mission. Rescue indicates emergency. When will that start? Because from my personal opinion, what we have seen so far for the past year and a half, it does not indicate a rescue. And my second question, the second question that came to my mind was that, what are the priorities of this government? What really are they prioritizing? When it comes to healthcare, it's poor. Okay. When it comes to agriculture is the first A in the arrest agenda, is poor. When it comes to the economy is poor. We have an economy that is not producing any jobs for Liberians to do. is poor, right? When it comes to roads connectivity, is poor. What are the priorities of this government? What are they really doing? What are we rescuing actually? Then when it comes to this thing, listen, in President Boaka's speech, this is what he said. He said, our country is losing its future generation to drugs. That's what he said in the speech. But when it comes to the fight against drugs, we are not seeing it. We are not seeing the emergency stance that uh, people will take when it comes to emergency issue. We are not seeing that. What is this administration doing? I I wish someone can answer me that, because what I am seeing so far does not indicate that we are doing anything seriously to address this issue of drugs. You know, look, Liberia is a small country. Okay, our country is small, very small country. For us to fight things like drugs, right, to stop the influx of drug in the country, it shouldn't take us no time. Okay, it shouldn't take. If this thing is really, destroying the next generation of your country, the very first thing I expected you to do as a president who came to rescue is, first of all, in the first 6 months, shut down your entire borders. Shut it down. Nobody comes in until this issue is addressed. And then you put in place a serious plan to address this issue of drugs. Shut it down. Just the borders. People that come through the airport, there should be a serious search. No one excluded. Everybody, everything should be searched. Vessels that come through the free port, you do exactly the same thing. But for the the countries we have borders with, the Sierra Leone, the Ivory Coast, and Guinea, shut it down. Let nobody come in until you can get hold of this issue. That's how you address something that is serious like drugs. But have we done that? We haven't done any of that. All we have done is to talk about it, but we haven't had a strategic plan put in place, to address the thing. And Bro Joe, before I end, the next thing, Pastor Kruma was talking about, how the president have appointed, different leadership at the LDEA. Look, I don't know how the president is doing these appointments. This is a serious fight. This is a serious thing. We are losing a war on drugs. Before you appoint these people to this kind of position, let them submit to you a plan. What is their plan? What do they want to do if you appoint? Got 2, 3 people, let them submit a serious plan to you and you validate those plans. Let them come and defend your plan. Okay? Let them come and defend your plan. And then, if it is something you can add to, or you can subtract from, or you can modernize, or, then you do it. But you appoint people with no serious agenda, with no serious plan, and you think they're going to fight drugs. The same people that have always been there. And you appoint them, and you expect anything serious to happen. It's just laughable. I'm
Okay.
just laughing, watching what the president is doing, bro, Joe.
All right.
Honestly.
Thank you, Dr. Wallo. Brother Lawrence, you want to chime in on this real quick?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, brother.
Yes, I listened to Dr. Waller and I like exactly the approach he wants to take, lock down the borders. But I feel if you lock down the borders economically, it would not be vibrant to do in a country like Liberia, where almost 85% of what we consume comes from outside the borders. But let's look at the approach of Burkina Faso, President Traore. In that region, the Sahel region, we have a lot of illicit drugs trade and trafficking. But what he did is to put the military in the fight against drugs. And by doing that, he is winning because the military is not engaging in any external conflict. So what are they doing? Their borders are porous. Liberia borders are porous. Where is the defense ministry input now? Because we need them for war, but the war we have right now is the illicit drugs entering our country through different ports of entry. And we know Liberia has one of the most porous borders you can find. You can just cross the border and go to another country. You take breakfast and come back in Liberia. We don't have no security system. And another thing is the security also, they need to be vetted for this identical drugs. And you need people who are willing and ready and who are not into the drugs deal as well. Because you cannot fight, send somebody to go fight something and the person also is involved with those things. I'm sure after George Weah left, there were drugs already in the country. But what I'm saying, it looks like a lot of new drugs coming in under this regime. Well, I don't want to accuse the regime, but I want to say they are not doing much to be able to curtail and put an end to the illicit drugs in our country. And to do that, they first have to look within themselves. Change doesn't come from making proclamation. It comes from within yourself. Everybody should be an instrument of change. That's the only way we can bring that change. And the government should look within herself and see where it's going wrong that we are not doing. Because of recent, there was not much noise when George Joe Barker came in power. But in the last 3 months, there are a lot of deaths with drugs and there are a lot of arrests made with drugs. Where are the drugs coming from? Who is at the borders? What is the government doing to prevent additional drugs from coming to the country? So the government got to look at ourselves and see what she's doing wrong. Because this is a national issue. If you have national emergency, it's not something you're going to sweep under the carpet. The young generation is going away. Who's going to replace them tomorrow? So that's a question we should ask ourselves, and the government should be putting figure in your own face and asking yourself, what are we doing to stop additional illicit drugs coming into Liberia?
All right, thank you, brother Lawrence. That's a pretty good point you made right there. And I would just say this right. And again, let us not forget. Let's give some credit to the Liberian National Police. They are trying their best in all the weak ways. With there are so many good people in the Liberian National Police who wants this crisis to end, and they are doing the best they can. But they are limited. They have limited resources, technology, equipment, of employment, like manpower. I don't know the total capacity of the Liberian National Police, but it would take a lot. Like Dr. Brother Lawrence said, if we use the military in this case, that would be awesome. So the Liberian police have been trying their best. They've been making some arrests here and there, getting drugs and burning it. We give them the props. So I think they're doing some pretty good job. But again, when it comes to this illegal drugs, and and again, if we don't take this seriously, like Sergeant Montgomery said, is our country, we're already being depleted. Look, we came from a civil war for almost 20 years of civil war, where these young guys, 15, 12 years old, were being used, they were using drugs to fight war. Now we came out of that system. There were no rehabilitation. I mean, some were done, but most of the guys were not out of it. Now we're seeing all these drugs. Look, we're talking about unemployment. We're talking about poverty. These things all play a major role. What is the country doing to battle this stuff? Joseph Boakia should be ashamed of himself, honestly speaking. 50 years prior to becoming president of Liberia, and you still can do nothing. You saw the problems for 50 years in government. You knew the problems. The people put you there as a rescuer, and you come and you're doing nothing. All I see is just they just take the country money and do whatever they want to do. To be honest with you, we need people to serve. We don't need people that we serve. They need to be serving like bring people. Not look, they are servants, right? If they're so concerned about finance, they don't have the money to support the battle against this crisis. Let them take pay cut. Let them take pay cut. Let them take pay cut. They're so jealous to so many of us, and just watching the nation, population being depleted. Is sad. It's sad, and I agree with Dr. Waddle. We need to be a thorough search. We don't care who you are. Look, the president of this country has got searched, okay, by the FBI and this that. Who is to say Yaman Boakia that horse can be searched? Come on, come on. And Brother Lawrence said it. If we want to compare ourselves to the Western war on how to fight illegal drugs, it's not going to work for us, Liberia. They'll take a different approach. Different approach will do. You know what? I don't want to take much of the time. I want to turn over the time to my brother Edwin Paul. You want to come in and say some things, and then after Edwin Paul, I will play this video where the police officers are talking among themselves about his daughter being arrested, and then we can comment from that. Edwin, Edwin,
All right. I think you guys are set. Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
yes.
All right. I think you guys have said almost everything, but I just want to stress this key point on this podcast. We need to be responsible of the type of optic that we're sending out there. Our country is mired by a lot of violence. We do not want to be putting people on firing squad. If anything, in Liberia, what we want to stay away from will be a firing squad. If anything, we don't want to go back. We got to be doing things by the books. We have to be able to be responsible enough to allow. I'm a staunch person of law and order, but we don't want to be putting people on firing squad based on our history. We don't want to resort to that. That's not something we should be offering as an option just based on our history. It doesn't help us. If anything, even the people that are partaking in the drugs business, they're all victims. I will tell you that. I'm not supporting them, but they're victims. What are they for? They're a victim of? They're a victim of a systemic economic breakdown of the country. So they have no options. So we shouldn't be stressing for firing crowd or these people need to be killed because they're no. We need to reorient, organize, and do things by the book. Law and order has to be established. People have to go to jail and stuff. I see all these people as a victim. I don't see them as I don't see the case as somebody that just want to do money because they're greedy. I just see a bad economic situation and people trying to take advantage of stuff. So I just feel like we got to be very responsible of these optics. Our country has these background for a long time. We need to stop pushing this optic. We can do stuff by the books. We can put people in jail. They can be there. Law and order. We can go by different things, but especially for Liberia, we shouldn't be pushing for things like that.
Yes, Ed, can I come in quickly?
Go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I understand your point. When I talk about firing squad, I'm actually looking at the cartel. I'm not talking about those in the country. I look at the cartel. The cartel is just a few hundred people who got the money and going across the borders, breaking in drugs in our country. If you are caught to any of the port of entry, you should be executed. And there are not many. If you kill one or two, you listen to the president of the United States. He said he wants to go after the cartel in Mexico to bomb wherever they are. You know why he's saying that? Because they are the ones who supplying all their networks in the US. If you destroy the cartel, then there will be no supply coming to the United States. So if the United States president can say he want to go bomb the cartel in Mexico, why can't the Liberian people destroy the cartel also? There are not many. There are just few hands, a few group of people sitting somewhere around the sub-region
Well,
sharing this drug.
before I lose my train of thought, let me retell the way you just said right now. How many cartel have you arrested since this drug deal? I
That
see
when you break
Liberian
the law,
kids. They're giving
when you
them
break
Doffa Tabe. Liberian kids. I didn't see one cartel person yet.
Yeah, but
The
but
video that I saw are
you're right.
Liberian kids.
You're right, but
Exactly.
there was a Nigerian guy that a Liberian girl took drugs to Liberia, and she was arrested, and there was a conversation between a police officer and this guy. The guy flew into the country and gave some money to free this girl. So it was a little big issue with that. So they allowed him to go because he had money. But I think later on the guy arrested, but I can still find our story and like look, those guys you won't see them easily. Okay, they might be sitting
So
somewhere in a
far, by my
mansion.
research, I
You,
haven't seen the real people that are giving the money, that are bribing people. I never seen they arrested.
that's what I'm
They're
saying. But
using
it's
Liberian
hard to
kids as
find
a
them. But
scapegoat, who are
if you have a
also
network,
victims.
if you have a
Yeah,
good
because
network, say you can find them.
Yeah, bro
but
Joe,
Yeah,
bro Joe.
but so far for receipt
Yeah,
purposes, we don't have any, like, we don't have any of them
sure,
on file. We
sure,
don't have any of them. They
sure.
haven't been arrested.
But that's what
Edwin,
Lawrence is saying. If they
Edwin.
get caught, if they get
Our
caught, they should be
network.
executed. Yes. If we have good,
Yes,
if we
well,
have good
Edwin.
programs, if we have good programs to find these guys, like we link up with the American government or the technology they have. If we use that technology to find these guys, yes, we should.
What I was going to say, Edwin is 100% right. Okay, Edwin is right. It was just recently we arrested 100 million worth of drugs in the country, and the people that I think brought in the drug, about 4 or 5 of them went to court. They were not. They didn't Duffer Tabe them. They took them to court, and they put them in prison. What happened? They freed them. They let them go. What happened to the $1 million drugs? You just hammocking poor labyrinth youth that they
Exactly.
themselves are victims of what is going on in the country. Those are the people you're arresting.
Money speaks.
Let me chime in.
Money
Let
No,
me
speaks.
chime in.
one second. Let me finish. Let me
Money
finish.
speaks.
Those are the people you're arresting. You are not going after the cartel. And when you arrest those drug users, they are just victims of what is
Yep,
going on with the drug issue. You
that's
arrest
true.
them, you are not solving 1% of that problem. You don't do anything.
But we
You
don't have
are
the
only you
resources. We
are
don't have the
only you
technology
are only
to
arresting
find these
people that
guys.
they themselves are victims of what is going on. You don't them?
Let me
Seriously?
let me jump in here.
But okay,
CEO, look, I think Lawrence is 100% right. Look, you
yes.
know what brought the fight between the Fadiga and AB Kroma? There was a big cartel that was captured, that was caught. Look, guys, they have been. Look, these guys are being. Look, they arrested one or two, but what happened is as soon as you arrest these guys, we are not talking about the users here. We are not talking about the consumers. We
No.
all know the consumers are just victims. But the guys that are bringing in the drugs, the guys are infiltrating our system. Two Nigerians were caught on the AB Kroma tenure as a LDA boss. What actually brought that fight between him and Fadiga? It was not even the arm Fadiga was taking AB Kroma's office. It was a cartel, one of the big guys. Money changed hands. AB Kroma couldn't do that. He couldn't sit to watch it while at the end of the day when money changed hands, Fadiga won't speak. And what happened? The guy was set free. He went through the borders of Sierra Leone and took off. Even in this current case, the guys that are there. Look, the reason why example need to be set. We can say they are not
Yes.
catching the cartel. They are there.
Yes.
One or
Yes.
two is being captured,
No,
but what happened
no,
when
no.
money changed hands? They let
But
them go.
What I'm
And so,
saying is, me, I
but
let
what
you,
if?
I let it go by.
But what
I let
if?
it go by
What if?
order and
my
What if we
brother,
contract? What if we
the
contract
people that
foreigners
were
to do this job,
parading
right?
in front of the police station in video, they are not them. It's our
Look,
Liberian kids.
CEO.
my brother,
We
we
don't
Yeah,
see
know
those
the
people
kids
yeah.
are
when they make
victims.
those
There is
But
no there is no way you will get one of the sources in Liberia and you will not find the actual
yeah,
cartel to them. It's just a,
they are there.
yeah, you can interview them and you get the entire network. But because you are not
But
serious
one
about
or
the
two,
source,
put it on TV, put it on the pole, and do the work.
finish. You have some already. You let them go.
Jesse.
Yeah, that's the one.
So
Put it on the
far,
pole.
so far, like the way you have the Liberian kids being
Look,
Tabatabe, have
look.
you
You
seen
see,
any
no,
video
Edwin,
of a
Edwin,
cartel that
Edwin,
is
Edwin.
arrested?
Let us not.
Any video?
The approach Lauren is talking about is right. But let's say this: what Jesse just said to Pastor Wallo said. Look, if you look at these guys, right? Like Pastor Wallo said, those guys were arrested. They got free, right? Look, it's money speaking. Money speaking. If somebody who is hungry, you can't even make $5,000 a month, and somebody bring a 25, $30,000 to you in one day. Come on, man. Let be
They're
let be let be
compromised.
real here, and that's what I'm saying. The best way to do this stuff,
So
right?
to
The best
that
way to do this
point,
stuff. We hire
it
a
should
contractor,
enrage
right?
you to
We
see the
hire a
LeBron case
contractor.
being Dova Tabe on video. You
No,
should be
Sam,
erased.
you're right. We don't have to do those things. Okay, those people are victim too as well. What we're saying here is, my suggestion could be like, we
Dova Tabe.
hire a contractor. Say, look, take over this thing for 6 months or to a
I
year.
saw that video.
We
I
pay
was
you.
pissed. I was pissed in church today. I was
I mean,
pissed.
when I saw that video, myself, what ran to my mind was 1990 war.
No,
But I don't want to relive that.
bro,
But I'm just saying,
bro, Joe,
If LeBron
bro,
are
Joe,
ahead of this drugs thing, it will not be soft.
bro, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't going nowhere with that.
We ain't going nowhere with it. When LeBron's
Uh,
spearheading there,
Bro,
it
bro,
won't go
bro,
anywhere,
Joe,
bro.
bro, Joe,
Yeah. Yeah.
bro, Joe.
Instead they put the
Gentlemen,
military in front of it though. Let them put AFL in front of it, then we'll be fine.
Drugs are not manufactured in Liberia.
Well,
No.
we'll do my
There are people that
marijuana
are bringing.
is
There are people that are bringing in the drugs. So
sure.
let me tell you something. Most of the big businesses in Monrovia, they are the one that are bringing in these drugs. Most of the big businesses, people that bring large quantity of goods in that country. How long will it take for them to search those vessels at the
Pastor
free port
Water, but
of
you said we're
Monrovia?
saying the same thing.
What
These
what
guys,
what what
the
what,
men
what bro
they
Edwin
pay
and
a lot
myself
of
are
money.
saying? Yeah, but hold on. Okay, but then you go after Liberian youth
No,
that are the victims
nobody said we
that.
should go
You are
after
taking
Liberian
bribes.
youth. But
No,
No.
but no. No, but Joe, listen. Okay, there's a video. There's a video that I sent you where young men are being tabbied.
I seen it.
Okay, they tell them like doing the war. Okay, they tell them like doing the
But
war when
but Pastor,
when what we call tabby. You guys know what we call
I
tabby.
saw
They
it.
tabby
Yeah,
those gentlemen,
we don't want to see that again.
and those men are just victims.
My thing, Pastor Wallo, what I would say
But
is
they put
normal.
it on camera.
What
They
is
put it on camera, and that is the fight against drugs. You
but
see
what
how
is normal in
you see
Liberia?
how unserious we are.
So,
Well, they recorded them, and that is the fight against drugs. That is
but
the
Pastor
fight
Wallo,
against drugs.
Pastor Wallo,
Pastor
okay,
Wallo.
you help me make sense out of this, right? You help me make sense out of it. You will have lawmakers embezzling the country money, 2 million, 4 million, $250,000. But a young man who is just hungry in the market go and steal something to eat, they will beat up and kill him. But they will never try to fight a lawmaker. Yeah, come on now. That makes sense out of something here. Now, it's just the same thing that's going on right now.
Joe,
They catch a middleman, the people that use
Joe.
us, and they beating them up for no reason.
Brown, what we are trying to say here is they are doing the inverse of the fight against drugs in America. Before they parade you in front of the camera that they arrested drug people, it's usually the drug leaders. They are taking young innocent kids. I'm not saying the kids should be
See,
let go
we
free.
we
They don't
we
want you
not
to be on the
we ain't
underground.
qualifying
They go
the, we ain't
arrest them. The people
qualifying
that
the
be
act.
paraded in front of the video.
We are not
should
qualifying
be
the act.
people that should
Nobody
be
says it's
paraded in
good.
front of the video that you send us, that should be circulated on the internet.
But Sam,
It's the people that
Sam,
are providing
that
the
video
drugs.
was taken
One
by
of
a
these
stand up
people videos gotta be out there, not the
a
kids.
bystander. Those video taken by a bystander. It's not the Liberia National Police that took that video. If you watch that video, it
No.
was community watch team and the
If
police.
the national police, if LMP does not think that thing was going to further, it's going to
No,
beat them up,
no,
make them look
no.
better,
Say-
they're
say,
going to take
say,
that video
I
down.
would not put it
They're
on the
gonna
Liberia
take it
National
down.
Police.
Look,
I would not put it on the Liberia National Police. It was
Joe.
bystander who was
Theo.
there. Yes,
Let me say something, right?
go ahead.
Joseph Boakia government is not serious to fight drugs. Yeah, the particular government is not serious to fight drugs. You see, one of the mistakes that we are like government made, when they were hiring people as volunteer. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hearing you.
Yeah, when they were hiring people, I remember the FDA at the time, they were hiring people as volunteer to come and work. Now, mind you, the current FDA guys were not even getting paid. Okay? Whether if they were getting paid, the pay was not even on time. And now you're going to bring in a bunch of volunteers to come and start working in the same system. But now you find these
Corruption.
drug cartel, the big guys, compromising these guys. So the weird government, those guys were highly compromised. It is the same thing that's going on now. Okay? You're talking about cartels. Pastor Wallo and my brother Edwin has alluded that, yeah, there are people bringing, Dr. Wallo just said, they are selling, their businessmen selling it. Those are the cartels there. They are importers. They are
Yes.
bringing it in. How do we know those basic people are selling it? Because there must have been some kind of
A leak.
whistleblower. You
Yeah.
understand? Go get these guys. Now I agree with you that you cannot be tying for innocent people who are victims. But set example on one or two people. That's all we are saying. Burkina Faso that we talk about.
Deterrence.
Burkina Faso saw fought war. Burkina Faso fought war. But
All
what,
right.
like we said, put the national army there. Bring
Yes.
in one or two foreign experts that will
Yep.
supervise that whole thing. Joseph
Yep.
Boakia is not serious. You hear myself, no, but Joseph Boakia, even a children him. Even a children, one of his sons were accused the last time for importing something through Lofa. These things are in the media, guys.
Yep.
Why
It
Joseph
is.
Boakia going to arrest his son? What happened to Musa Hassan Belete, his son? These are big guys now. Hassan
All right.
Belete's son was in jail for about 6 months when they did. That
So,
case is a dead deal.
so gentlemen,
So
let's
there
play
are
the.
big guys whose hands are in this thing. Set the example.
That's true. Let's just play the
Go ahead.
audio real quick from the police interaction. All right. I want you guys to just listen and then we can discuss it, okay?
All right.
Hold on.
No, you don't say so. I'm hearing them. Keep your phone on. Go in there and leave the phone on. If you're outside, I'm not going to
Your is low.
your command
The
call you.
audio is very
I'm
low.
calling. Then you beat on my daughter?
No, no, she never be on.
You can hear now, right?
Papa won't talk to you.
Hello, Daddy.
Champion, they beat on you, what, eh?
Yeah?
They beat on you?
Yeah, they feel me ratting.
They still beating you with racket?
They feel beating me, ma. They feel me ratting.
When they beat you?
I won't be you.
I'm not one woman, not too long.
I can't enter in chief.
Don't forget it. All the
How you addressing me just now?
When you call me, I'm on my way coming to the office.
No, my question to you, yeah? How she addressing me right now? What she said?
She said somebody beat her with ratting.
No, she said, hello, daddy. Is that what she said?
Yeah, but let me see who do that and chief. I'll call you right back. You are just entering.
You all take her for in answer. She's selling drugs. She was smoking drugs. Or she was phone in the ghetto?
Yeah, chief, she was in the house with it, man. In the team round. They were cutting when we got there. But 1 million people now, sorry for me saying it, she was born naked there. But the guy had a job that was tying the market. He put up resistance and fought the officer and took 2 bags from her. One ever guy said was coming when he saw the man attacking her. I had to join the ever man. Then took a man back from him.
That girl is my daughter. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir, chief.
She's my daughter. Your reason going out to her sister, let me bring her home.
What?
You heard what I said?
Yeah, and chief, 1 minute, let me talk to you, sir.
Yeah, what you want to say?
Chief,
What you say, Jesse?
No, I think I said we all may have heard this video once upon a time. Let's just jump right into it.
Okay.
Look, CEO, I just said to y'all, this government is not serious, and I mean, I don't think it will be serious. You see, this guy is just trying to. This video is just telling. Or if you listen from the onset, one of the guys said, "Don't force that girl to talk through." In the opening, what is happening is the law applies to some, and some will get away with crime. That's one of the. I think it's not DLDA boss right there. That one of the top hierarchies. Look, that particular man. You know that right now the guy who was a whistleblower or one of the whistleblowers is running away now. He's running away from the country, trying to find rescue somewhere for his life. That's Liberia for you. Whoever is trying to fight crime, you become the victim. Your life will be haunted. The president is supposed to applaud. Look, these guys are supposed to be giving high security for blowing the kind of whistle. And I was listening on one of the other platforms where the guys are saying, I got more evidence. Why is Joseph Boakia not calling on these guys? Then you go suspend the man. He's supposed to suspend that man. His daughter, bring my daughter. His daughter, probably that scene that they probably took that they get to him. These are guys, the particular FDA boss. Are you telling me he doesn't know the cartel? He said, bring my daughter home. We will take care of that later. So what that later is insinuating to me that, I know who the guys who will go back to them.
And he threatened to fire the police officer for doing his job.
Yeah. And you understand, Joe?
yeah, it's not a police officer, it's an LDEA
LDA.
officer. But
Yeah, LDA officer.
yeah,
Yeah.
let me
But let
say
me
this.
let me learn in 1 second. Look, let me tell you something. Joseph Boakai is not going to fight this thing drugs. Now, I'm not saying it should be left up to him, but what's the emergency here? What's the emergency? That man's daughter was taken back that same day. Maybe she said it somewhere. That lady should be in jail confessing. Then we are saying that no cartel. That LDA boss is a cartel too. From the way he's speaking, he know a lot more than he was saying on that tape. Collect that man, tie him. I don't that kind of put that deserve the tabe. Not the innocent guys who are the victim. That's what we're saying.
So
Early the
thank
Tabe
you,
talk.
thank you, Captain. Let me run in quickly. I, for what I can see is like the government got two things to do: to set a priority now towards drugs, and two, to have a unique approach. Because if you don't have a priority, you will not be able to approach this drugs issue. So they really need to set it as a priority under this government, because at the end of the day, what are we going to look at them for? They came in to eliminate, because we know no government have achieved to eliminate drugs from the country, but we know they have their own unique approaches to combat drugs and reduce the casualty level of drugs in the country, especially setting the future for the country for the next generation. If we do not do anything right now, we do not set the fight against drugs as a priority, and we do not approach it from a holistic perspective, look at other countries that are successful today, what they do, and how we can use similar script for us to be able to combat drugs, that's going to be a problem in the future, because we'll be left with no generation. So I feel like the government need to have a priority, and then they should be able to have a certain approach to go about it.
I mean, the president getting a court back. What can I priority? The president getting a court.
No, I don't want to say that. The president
No, I ain't
doesn't
saying
have
that.
no
I'm saying
interest. The president doesn't have no interest in this thing. The only thing we ask
who's
for
saying
is
that?
like the,
So
the
let me say this.
I, I I
Uh,
don't believe the president
for
like brother
this
will
one,
have
I'm
hand in
gonna
that.
agree. I'm gonna agree with Pastor Kroma.
that.
President Boakai is not. President Boakai can't fight this issue. I'm not saying he doesn't care. I'm saying he cannot, because it seems like one of the directors, I think it was the immediate past one, not the recent one, said that people in the government was also, were involved into the drug trafficking stuff.
Yep.
People in the government were involved into drug trafficking. You cannot tell the people that are involved in the crime to investigate the crime. Okay, that's why my emphasis, you see, my emphasis is not, I mean, for over 15 plus years I've been, in treatment for mental health and substance abuse, right? But my emphasis is not really on treatment right now, because if we cannot stop the influx of drugs, regardless of what kind of treatment facilities or treatment uh, options that are available to Liberians, we are not going to make any significant improvement in that. We have to first, we have to stop the influx of drugs in the country. And the people that are supposed to help us to do that, they are involved into the trafficking of drugs. How can a president, I mean, fight this? President Boga have failed on this issue. President Boga have failed miserably. Okay, he had, and this is the number one concern on the minds of Liberians right now. We have a bad economy. Our education system is not working. Healthcare is poor. But this is the number one thing that is killing Liberians right now. Let me tell you something. Two things that will destroy our country, and we are playing with it. I started talking about it in 2002 2012, when Ellen was
Yep.
still president. You see the drug issue? and corruption. These two things will destroy that country. If we don't pay attention to it will destroy that country. It will destroy it fast. People are dying in the street. You see some of the videos on social media. People are dying on the street. Before it was here and there. Now there is almost every Liberian family have a Zoko. What will start happening now is people will start entering into people's homes to kill them because they have to support their habits. Crime going to increase. Broad daylight, people will start arm robbing other people. People start hijacking people. Broad daylight. Because they have to support their habit.
Dr. Wallo.
We pay attention to this thing. They think that we're playing with. It will destroy that country very, very fast. And President Boakia is not the president to lead this charge. He's not.
Dr. Wallo, what I want you to understand is that Joseph Boakia is still into his 6-year term. He's just going to second year. You cannot say he failed. What you can say is like he's not doing much to be able to combat the proliferation of drugs in the country. If you say that, I will say yes. George Weah is the one that failed because he has 6 years, and after him, there were high influx of drugs in our country. He did nothing to stop it. So he failed. Boakia still got 4 more years to go. So he just need to do more to be able to get there.
My brother Lawrence, this is a false equivalency. I don't want you to do that kind of stuff, right? We feel with Josh Weah. The reason Liberians did not re-elect Josh Weah was because they felt he was not doing a good job.
Yeah.
We have Joseph Boakia now.
To still
But
be
hold
blaming Josh
on.
Weah.
Hold on.
I agree.
Okay, so let's talk about what Boakia is doing now. The day
What he's not doing.
If Boakia pass fighting this drug, come back on the show and say this is what President Boakia is doing. This is what his administration is doing. Rather, he has failed. He failed
I
Liberians.
listen to you, but the word fail is too early.
No, he has.
No, it's too early.
He says it's too early.
The man is just into 2 years.
But
so you
measure
one success by the term of office.
We are looking at ways. We are looking at ways
to end. You think Liberia should wait for 6 years to end when our children are dying?
The whole country is wiped out.
What's wrong with you?
Look,
Lawrence is saying we should wait. Let the whole
you should wait. Die.
The essence of having this show is to proffer solutions.
That's what we're doing,
if you say the government want to give solution to the government I feel, then why are we here?
Joe, Lawrence,
why are we here?
In a light of proffering suggestions.
Pastor Kuman, just 1 second. Pastor Kuman, just 1 second.
They are not doing much. They haven't failed yet.
Lawrence, when I say this president has failed, I am not judging the future. I am judging the years he have been president.
Yeah.
Okay. I did not say he will fail. I said he has failed. In other words, since he became president, what he has done, I'm judging what he has done on this issue. Okay, what he has done.
Mr. Water, you got patience. He has failed. In the past,
he has failed.
It's done.
Look. Let me just jump in. Look.
I think
CEO.
That's what I understand my point now.
We're talking about this drug team. It was happening in George Weah regime, and Boakia was complaining that it is killing our young generation. When I come in, I will hit the ground running.
Yeah, he was stopping.
So Dr. Water is on the money to say he has failed. Miserably, he's failing. To have seen it from
my brother.
But let be honest though. If Joseph Boakia don't arrest this issue now, I'm telling you, in the next 2 months, the country is already tired with him right now. He needs to find a way to solve the problem. For 50 years, you've been in politics,
Joe,
and knowing like you coming in as a president, you should have all the solutions set up. You should have solutions set up.
He's going on 2 years, brother.
Boakia inherited the mess.
And to still be blaming George Weah at this time, that tells me that you don't even have a solution. You're in entering your second year, then you still want to call for George Weah?
That's how we are doing everything. The guy inherited mess. He is trying to clean the mess.
Okay.
He has the measure. the measure he's using, he need to
Oh, you
buffer
heard
it
that,
a little
yeah?
bit.
Now why you
But
putting your
he
campaign speech? Bako.
They may
this is
hear that
what
trying
I'm
mess
to
one
a-
day.
mess.
this is what
You
this is what
asking
I'm
him to eliminate it?
this is what I'm apolitical when it comes to Liberia because of these kind
Yeah,
of
brother.
things. Like you gotta go deep all the way back to George Weah. You put me in Liberia right now, action right now. They may all be giving a press conference for the Liberian government. This issues of stuff to the youth.
Every
I'm
day.
deputizing the AFL so we can get to the bottom of this thing. That's what he's always gonna be doing.
Or
No
he,
Edwin,
Edwin,
announcement,
Edwin,
nothing
he should be cutting
we
down
are saying the same
salaries.
thing
He
right
should be
now.
cutting people pay
We are
to
saying
be
the same
able
thing
to
right
hire
now.
more
Cutting
LGA
salaries,
staff.
gonna be in action right now. He's gonna be in the booth, going to the border, taking pictures and stuff over there to the border, and issuing an executive order, post stop to everything from Freeport right now. He's gonna be doing. He's going all the way back to
Edwin,
Jawia.
Yeah, blaming
Says yes
Jawia.
for you to find something. What is
Edwin, we are
that?
saying the same thing. Empower the military to be able to go after the cartel.
No, but why did you mention Jawia? Tell me, somebody put fraud in your mouth
I
for
don't
you to
Because
know
do
he
that.
that.
said,
Why did you mention
because
Jawia?
because Dr. Waller said the government has failed. I'm saying that when the government has failed, is the government who
No.
try to
If
fight
it
it
was
What
and
you
the
somebody
saying?
that
institution
really love
fighting it.
that, you
It's
didn't
failed.
even
But the
mention
government who is
Jawia.
not entertain you, we can only help them with what we
So,
have
Lawrence, what are
to,
you saying?
to
We
allow
should
them to
wait for
fight.
the end of the 6 years to critique this
The
guy like he's
whole
right or
That is
wrong?
discussion
what,
should
that is
have
why
been
we are
no
discussing the
Jawia. The
issue.
whole discussion. No. The
We are,
whole discussion. You're not
No,
supposed to
don't do
mention
that to
no
the Liberian
Jawia.
people, my brother. Don't
Nothing
do
about
that.
CDC. Nothing.
when you say
It's
Bakersfield,
also nothing
if
about
Baker
George
is still
Weah or
staying in the ship,
CDC. Nothing.
Bakersfield and Baker is still staying in the ship, then I ask, why about Josh Weah?
Boakia is not selling shit. The battery died. We're out of gas on the water, the boat. That's the way. You're not a captain, nothing. You're not steering nothing.
Liberia's on life support right
We're
now. They
out
tell
of
you
gas. We're in
Liberia's
the
on
middle
life
of the
support.
ocean, bro. That's what's going on.
Gentlemen,
In
if
the
we
fight
have
of
the show
drug,
like
in the
this,
drug fight,
if we
Liberia's
have
on
the
life
show like
support.
this, it would not be fair. It would not be fair for our audience because we still gotta wait forward to combat this thing. And
No,
who the
Lawrence, let me
Baka,
just say,
who the
right?
Baka we can
Lawrence,
look up to combat this thing for us. If we say
Lawrence,
Baka failed, then what are we going?
I
He still
understand the
got
party politics here, my
he's
brother. I understand. You're not
no
doing a
for
Brother,
good
don't
job. You're
don't
not
see
doing
it
a good
as
job for the
forget the
native
party
party.
no,
politics.
You
brother.
are
What
I
I
even
don't want
making
you
do
it
to
know,
get
worse for your regime. What you
what I
need to
do
no,
do,
know
no, brother. I,
go back in your
brother,
chat, go
don't.
tell the people, say, look, I can't do this because the guys I'm battling with, they know
no,
too much about these
it's
things.
not true.
Lawrence,
It's not
be
true.
honest to yourself.
Oh,
You got family in Liberia. Like the doctor said, every family in Liberia has some kind of Zoko in the family. Then you still want to call Judge Weani?
but
Joseph Mokamba
who
sat down
prefer
from
the
the
execution?
outside
I
to
didn't
say
prefer
when I come on the
execution
point,
of
they
drugs.
won.
Katia, I did.
Eh? Lawrence, let's be fair to the people, my brother. Let's be fair.
The
But I
thing is, this
understand,
is
my
the
man. You
battle.
gotta
This
play.
is a
You gotta
battle of
play.
ideas. This is a battle of ideas. Nobody got anything against you personally.
Bro, Joe,
We are
can I
we are
ask,
di-
can,
we are
can I
direct
ask,
we are
can I
directly
ask Lawrence a
attacking your
question?
idea. That's
I
all
want to
we're
ask Lawrence a
attacking. Your
question.
idea. What you say
Go,
out of your
go
mouth. That's
ahead,
what we're
ask Lawrence a
attacking.
question.
And what you are saying is it's not action oriented. We're just attacking what you said. We don't care for you personally. What you said, that's what we're attacking. And what
But
you are saying is
we are
it's not
saying
applicable to this situation. It's not applicable. You need
when
to
you use
take
the word failed,
accountability and act.
when you use the word failed, then you trying to
Let me
tell
ask
me
Lawrence. Let me ask
there's no
Lawrence a
hope
Pastor,
question.
wanna go ahead.
on a Baka.
Let Pastor wanna go ahead.
But if I go to the well with a bucket, I get hole in it. You think I want to reach home? Are you kidding me?
I like that.
So
Pastor
Lawrence,
wanna go ahead.
It,
Lawrence,
yeah, bro.
here's my question. Okay. To be fair to this conversation, I want to give you the benefit of the doubt. For the past 1 year and some months now, almost 2 years now, what have you seen the government have has done on the fight against drug that gave you the confidence that they will do anything better moving forward?
Somebody called that the water off.
No.
Dollar, what done with a question asking you?
Dr. Water
He
waiting
asked
for
you
you.
a question.
Okay. So
You,
yes,
you heard my question? You want me to repeat it?
yeah, repeat it
You
because
heard
at
it.
some
You
point
heard it. He buying time.
he
You heard
went
it.
down. His mark went down.
What for the time the government been in office, what have they done that gave you the confidence or the guarantee that they will do anything better moving forward? What have you seen? What have they done? If you can just point us to something that convinces you that they will do something better? What is it that gave you this confidence that they will do anything better in the future?
Well, I do know the government is doing everything possible. They try to
Oh no!
re-strengthen.
Oh no!
Listen, I bet in my case, they re-strengthen the LDEA. And after a period, we know when they came in power, they did a lot of arrests. Who didn't see that on on the social media? Nobody saw that.
You get
They
drafted, my
put
brother.
a
You
lot of
get
people in jail,
drafted.
but you know they should be able to go the extra mile to be able to curtail the influx of additional drugs in the country. Are they doing something about it? Yes. Do they need to do more? Yes. But to say they have failed when they are in a second term, and you want me to believe that, I will not, because I do know the person that failed is the person who don't have any more fight left in them. But somebody who got 4 more years to fight and you say they failed, that is not what I want to believe, and that's not what I'm going to say on this show. Other than that, the essence of us trying to provide
We
solutions.
do know a drunk driver when we see one. We do know a drunk driver.
So you cannot come and lecture me about what have seen about the government. The government has done a lot. The
But what
government is still
I
doing
see
a lot.
Lawrence is
And the
doing,
government just need to find a different strategy to be able to do more about these issues. If they have
Lawrence,
to do a state of emergency on drugs, that's what they need to do. If they have to go
Lawrence
after
is
the cartel and put some laws on the book to be able to do some harsh penalties, that's what they have to do. But other than that, they still have time to fight this crime. You know, we cannot say
Lawrence is
All
they
telling
have
right,
failed.
us that
all
And
right,
that's the worst truth. That's where I
gentlemen,
got the issue with.
when Joseph Boakia came in,
gentlemen.
there were a lot of arrests made. You are using the arrest agenda now for this.
Forget
When
forget
All
Finaboto
right,
guys that were
forget the
being
word
arrested,
arrest.
are all you equating to this
When I say
LDA?
arrest, when I say
What you
arrest,
saying?
I'm speaking about actual
gentlemen,
arrest. That,
gentlemen. I
Who
think
of
who
we
were paraded
we
on TV?
we
Who was
they,
showing on social media
they,
that
are-
Joseph
they, are-
Boakia
they
was
arrest their
on
drug
a mass
peddlers,
scale
they
like you
arrest
were
their
just talking
cartel
about?
members.
My brother, don't do that. You are trying to dehold the cover hold. Don't do that, my brother.
No
You
man,
are
all right,
you're not
you're
gentlemen,
following,
even.
you're not following the
gentlemen.
news.
I
You're not
think
following the news in Nigeria.
we have had
Oh
our
no, don't do
time,
that, brother.
gentlemen. We have had our time, and this was very fruitful and interesting. I wish we could go more, but we tried to stick to the 1 hour 30 minute we have instead of doing 3 to 4 hour show. Um, if you have any commentary, we can still comment on it next Sunday. But the plan here, I was thinking if um, maybe we can discuss this afterwards. So at this time, I think we're about 6:04 p.m. We will have closing from everybody. Just give her your retake. What you want us to know, what you want the viewers to know, your point on what's happening in Liberia, and if you can just make 1 or 2 recommendations. Let's just take 2 minutes each. You will not be interrupted. Just state your point and how you feel about the situation in Liberia and your recommendations. And then after we done, we just ask one person to close the show. I know Edwin did last Sunday. I don't know who's going to volunteer today to close. And that person will be the last person to give their closing argument, and then so forth. Anybody want to close?
Yeah, let me let
Let
me
me
go
go first.
first, and then Dr. Wale will close. All right.
Okay.
But look, let me say, CEO, thank you for the platform, and let me say thank you to our listening audience, our viewers. Lawrence, I got mad love for you, brother. But let me
Man,
say this. Right?
I would never give up.
No, no, you trying, you just got to work harder.
I can give up on Liberia.
But let me say this, right? CEO, I think President Boakai still has more time to combat this thing if he really means well for Liberia.
True.
We are not yet trying to bash Joseph Boakai. We got to call it like we see it. Look, the younger generation now, like we've all been saying in the last couple of videos, if this drug thing is not taken seriously, my brother, I don't know. We are looking at the next 5 years, but we are dropping down. Like I said, you look at the budget, what's allocated there for the fight of drugs, that will tell me if President Boakai is serious to fight this thing. But till now, I'm not seeing it. So what I can put for is I think we should employ the services of experts that will come from either the states or anywhere else alongside with our AFL. Let them work together first. Target the borders, lock down the borders. Then we start fighting it inside, like that. Chowolo alluded to. It's not about healing right now. It's about stopping the influx of drugs coming into the country. When we can do that, then we start fighting the guys now that are responsible for for this thing coming in. It's right there, guys. It's not hard. It's not gonna take. It just takes people that are willing to do this. You have to have the passion to go against these people. But at the end of the day, change hand. Let's be frank. Their drug money is good. It's sweet. The guys are enjoying it. So to find those genuine people to say, no, I'm going to put my life down and fight against this thing. Those people, I'm not saying they're not there, but if they try to come up, somebody will go against them. So what we are saying, Joseph Boakia, we love the country like you want to. If you do love the country as well, our suggestion is lock the borders down, bring in the aspect of foreign experts. You did that during the Arson case for the Capitol building. You brought in experts, so-called experts. You can do the same thing. But like I said, I would like to rest my case here that money is exchanging hands even to upper level. So what can the poor man do? He can just be tired and shown on social media and the people say they're fighting drugs. But it's not working. The government need to do more. Thank you. I want to say thanks to CEO.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
All right.
Brother
Thank you
Lawrence, you
so
want to go?
much. Yes, let me go. To my fellow Liberians, I want to say to you, the drugs shouldn't be the fight only of the government. I want to say to you, you also have a responsibility in this fight. Go out there when you see something, say something. Liberia depends on each and every one of you. Do not allow our generation today to be wiped away by these menace called drugs. To the government and the people, I just want to encourage the government. If you think you are fighting, you need to up your fight because you are losing the war to drugs. And if you lose the war to drugs, then there's no future. So please improve your fight, make new laws, put in harsh penalties, and if you need to have some cyber fight against this because there's a network of cartel operating your country you do not know, you can invite foreign experts to be able to help you in that area. But I'm sure that if you focus and prioritize this as one of your achievement under this term, I know Waka, you can be able to do something for this country, and I don't want to lose any hope in my government, and I don't want to lose any hope in my people. I do know Liberians are resilient people, and I know this identical menace will come to pass one day, and will be in a country where drugs will be the things of the past. I just want to rest my case right there. Thank you. See you.
Thank, thank you, brother Lawrence. Uh, Edwin, do you want to go or you want me to go first?
I can go.
Okay.
Um, I just want to stress this is very important. We need the Liberia National Police, if you're listening, the AFL Armed Forces of Liberia, if you're listening, the government of Liberia, if you're listening. You guys, whether this video was taken by the bystander or the police is encouraging this so they can feel like they want some type of victory, we need to stop parading our young kids in the name of you're making arrests for drug dealers. Those are the victims. I'm going to stress that those are the victims. They are not the people that are perpetrating the whole drug war in the country. So you need to stop that. If you're serious about the drug thing, we want to see one foreigner or the person that is collecting money with proof of the transactional activities. Then we know that you're serious about the drugs. I don't want to see one more kid being paraded with a camera in their face, and these are the people that are taking the drugs. These are the people that are causing the drugs. I don't want to see that. This is not a war on drugs. It's a war on the youth that are victim of your economic situation. We don't want that. We want to see the actual people that are doing that. And the Liberian government, if you're listening, we need the armed forces of Liberia to be deputized in the country right now, close all border area if you take this issue so seriously. and we can go from there. Up that pay, get your money from somewhere else, and pay them so they can go ahead and address this issue because the youth is the future of Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you, Edwin. All right, gentlemen, I just want to say thank you to all of you for being here today and coming out and pouring out your heart for Mama Liberia. It takes a man to stand by his country, regardless of what the nation is in. And I do salute each and every one of you here today for your meaningful contribution. To my fellow Liberians, there is still hope. Liberia is the only country we have, and we can make it better. Without Liberians, Liberia would never be Liberia. It is time we take Liberia as ourselves, as our own body. How we gonna take a shower and clean ourselves and protect ourselves from diseases. Um, I want to say, the National Police, you're doing a good job. Those good men and women who wear the uniform to protect Liberia, we salute you. Continue to fight. One day we will overcome. And to the government of Liberia, where where there you think you need resources, it's time you are a seven. It's time you cut down your salary and rechannel that money into the LDA to fight against illegal substances that is uh, killing our youth in Liberia. Um, it is we have suggested here that we should call on the international community. We should hire experts to come and deal with some of the problems. But if we don't arrest our own problems, there will be no country for us tomorrow. America is the greatest nation on planet Earth, and we have tied to the United States. It is an easy connection to make to appeal to the government of the United States to come in and help us fight this war on illegal substances. At this time, I just want to say thank you to our viewers for listening, and I will turn over to Dr. Wallow for our closing remarks.
Thank you, everybody. Edwin, Lawrence, Jess, Joe. Thank you, guys. It was a great conversation, fascinating. Um, that's the beauty of what we do when it comes to Liberia. Um, that is our common denominator. So each of us express our passion in different ways. What I don't want us to do is to defend a political party because we belong to that party. What we should do is to defend Liberia, fight for Liberia, advocate for Liberia. It doesn't matter who is in power, right? Because we first belong to the country before we belong to any political institution. So your patriotism should be for the country. You stand with your country, right? You advocate for your country. I want to sing the praises of this administration. I want to laud the great job they are doing. But I haven't seen none. I haven't. Liberians are not waiting for 6 years to solve a problem. They need solutions now. We need solutions now. We don't want to wait for a presidential term to finish. We need solutions now, most especially the things that are killing Liberians. In President Boakia's own speech, from his own mouth, he said the country is losing its next generation to drugs. The country is losing its next generation to drugs. That's what he said. When he was campaigning, that's what he said. Has that stopped? No, it hasn't. It has gotten worse under his watch. They want to play politics with it? This is not time for politics. This is time for actions. And when I mean actions, I'm talking about actions as a result of a concrete strategic plan. Stand behind the bullet pulpit. You are the president of the country. What you can do in one day, nobody can do it in a year time. Just a speech, a policy alone can achieve far-reaching stuff that anybody can. The president has the authority to effect the change that the country needs. Has to do it. And from this president, I haven't seen it. I want to come here and sing the praises of this administration. I want to loud the great job they are doing, but I can't do that because our country is dying under this president. Liberians did not vote for President Boakia to wait for 6 years before they can evaluate the kind of job he is doing. He is doing a terrible job, most especially when it comes on this issue of fighting drugs. A terrible job. A terrible job. And for people that are thinking that Liberia should bring in foreign experts, look, the Unity Party has structures in every part of the world. There are Liberians experts in this area. Reach out to your party executives in the United States, in Canada, in Australia, in other parts of the world. Reach out to your party executives. They will recommend people, Liberians, that have the expertise in this area. They will. But when you continue to recycle the same old people, now what you are doing with the LDEA, you are trying now for the police to take over a job that they have no expertise in. Oh God, help us. Help Liberia, oh God. Help, you got to help us. Because it seems like these people don't have a clue on what they are doing. It's not a criticism out of politics. It's the fact. What we see happening with the LDEA, and if they say President Boakia doesn't even know what he's doing. Man, that they have nothing. Is that a little race?
Yeah, I think Pastor Water is going in and out.
We can.
Pastor Water, I don't know if you can hear us, but I think you're going in and out.
That's what I told him before.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I
When it,
think we'll just stop right here, and then wish you guys a happy Sunday, and then we'll see you next Sunday. Okay? You guys have a wonderful day.
um,
All
it
right.